Namaste everyone, welcome back to Suvi English channel. In today's video, I am going to discuss the question paper pattern of second semester BCOM General English under SCP scheme, Bangalore University. So you all know you are going to write your exam for 80 marks and the total time duration of your examination is 3 hours. As you all know, your second semester BCom English textbook has been divided into two parts, that is literary components and language components. So in literary components you have 8 units, you have 8 chapters, and from all these 8 chapters there will be 50 marks questions, 2 mark questions, 5 mark questions and 10 mark questions. So there will be 50 marks from literary components, from prose and poetry, and for 30 marks you will have questions from grammar section, that is language components. I have made the videos on both literary components and language components, so you can find those videos in my YouTube channel. Now let's discuss the question paper pattern of your second semester BCom English, General English. Your question paper is divided into two parts, section A and section B. Section A consists of prose and poetry. There will be three mains. The first main will be of 2 mark questions. There will be 8 questions. You will have to choose any 5 questions. So 5 into 2, 10 marks. And the second main will be of 5 mark questions. So there will be 6 questions. You will have to choose any 4 questions. So 4 into 5 marks, 20 marks. And the third main is of 10 marks. So there will be 4 questions. You have to choose any 2 questions from the given questions. So 2 into 10, 20 marks. In section B you have questions on grammar for 30 marks. You have questions on basic communication skills, introducing oneself, giving information, giving instructions, preparing a news report, completing the conversation or developing a dialogue, writing an email, writing a letter, writing a speech. So like this you have questions on grammar for 30 marks. Now let's look at the questions from both section A and section B, so that you will have an idea of how the second semester question paper will be, right? Let us look at the first main from section A. It is of 2 mark questions. Let's start from section A. In section A, the first main is of 2 mark questions. There will be 8 questions. We have to choose any 5 questions. Let us look at the first one. Where does the conversation between Jones and Robinson take place in the story Self-Made Men? So this question is from the story Self-Made Men, written by Stephen Leacock, and this story is about two self-made men named Jones and Robinson, and these two self-made men met at a first-class restaurant and they had their conversation. And here we have a question. What is the question? Where does the conversation between Jones and Robinson take place? So the answer is the conversation between Jones and Robinson took place in a first-class restaurant, New York. Right? Let us look at the second question. Who was Fuzzledin? So Fuzzledin is an important character in the story Toba Takesing, written by Saadat Hasan Manto. Toba Takesing is a story about partition of India and Pakistan, and how the mental patients in Lahore hospital reacted to the partition. So this story is about this, and there was a mental patient in Lahore mental hospital called Bishan Singh, and he had a friend. His name was Fazaldin. So here we have a question. Who was Fazaldin? Fazaldin was Bishan Singh's friend. Let us look at the next question. Why does Patik's uncle take him to the city in the story The Homecoming? So in the story The Homecoming, written by Rabindranath Tagore, we see a 14 years old boy named Patik Chakravarti, and He is taken to a city called Kolkata by his uncle Bishambar, right? Who is Bishambar? Patik's uncle Bishambar. So he decided to take Patik Chakravarti to city, to Kolkata. Why does he take him to the city? To educate him. The answer is to educate him. The question, why does Patik's uncle take him to the city in the story The Homecoming? Patik's uncle takes Patik Chakravarti to city Kolkata in order to educate him. And next question, what did the arrival of the white boat indicate in the story Yellowfish? In the story Yellowfish, written by Ambai, we see a white boat floating ashore like a swan, right? The arrival of the white boat indicated something. What did it indicate? What signal did it give? It indicated that the fishing boats are arriving. What did the arrival of the white boat indicate in the story Yellowfish? The arrival of the white boat indicated that the fishing boats were arriving. The arrival of the white boat indicated that the fishing boats were coming back from their hunt. This is the answer. Now let's move on to the next question. According to Orwell, what is the most important quality for the book review process? And the answer is being honest in reviewing. And the next question, where does the yew tree blossom as mentioned in the poem Refugees Blues? In the poem Refugees Blues, written by W.H. Auden, the refugees in their song, the speaker in the song mentions a kind of tree. Yew trees. Where do they grow? Where do they blossom? They grow in the churchyard, village churchyard. They grow in the village churchyard. And the next question, what is Martin Luther King's dream? What is the dream of Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream? His dream is to see equality in America. Next question, when did the poet stop visiting her grandmother's house? She stopped visiting her grandmother's house after she died. So like this you will have 8 questions of 2 mark questions. You can choose any 5 questions out of 8. Now let's move on to the second main. And second main is of 5 mark questions. There will be 6 questions. You have to choose any 4 questions. 4 into 5, 20 marks. Let us look at the first question. Discuss the significance of the repetition of the word dream mentioned in the speech by Martin Luther King Jr. In your syllabus, you have a speech titled I Have a Dream delivered by Martin Luther King. And in his speech, Martin Luther King uses a word called dream repeatedly. Throughout the speech, he mentions this word dream, dream, dream. So, this question is about that. So, here we have a question. We are asked to discuss the significance of the repetition of the word dream mentioned in his speech. I have given a sample. In his famous speech, I Have a Dream, Martin Luther King repeats the word dream many times to make his message stronger and more powerful. By saying I have a dream again and again, he helps people imagine a better future where everyone is treated equally, no matter the color of their skin. This repetition makes his ideas easier to understand and remember. Each time he says it, he talks about a different hope he has for America, like children of different races playing together or people being judged by their character and not their skin color. Repeating I have a dream also gives the speech a rhythm like a song or a poem. The word dream is also important because it shows that Martin Luther King still had hope even though life was very hard for many black Americans at that time. He used the idea of a dream to show what he believed was possible if people worked together and treated each other fairly. It remembered the people of the American dream, the idea that everyone should have the same chance to succeed. Martin Luther King's dream was not just for black people but for all people, so that everyone could live in peace and freedom. His words gave people hope and made them want to fight for change. The repetition helped people feel the emotion behind his message and made them believe that a better future was possible. So, like this, you can give your answer. Now, let's look at the second question. How does Manto use the setting of the asylum to reflect the chaos and absurdity of partition in the story Toba Takes In? So this question is from Toba Takes In, written by Sadat Hassan Manto. This story is about India-Pakistan partition. There were some mental patients in Lahore mental hospital. They were confused, and different mental patients at Lahore mental hospital responded in different way. And here we have a question. What is the question? How does Manto, Sadat Hassan Manto, use the setting of the asylum, that means mental hospital, to reflect the chaos and absurdity of partition in the story Toba Takes In? And to this question, I have given a sample answer. Let's have a look at it. The asylum, home to people labeled as mad, becomes a mirror for the outside world, which is experiencing violence, confusion, and irrational decisions during partition. Inside the asylum, the participants react with confusion and disbelief when they are told that they will be moved to either India or Pakistan depending on their religion. Just as partition made little sense to many people in real life. The inmates' confusion, especially where places like Toba Takes In now belong, reflects the widespread uncertainty and dislocation caused by arbitrary border making. For example, the main character, Bishan Singh, cannot understand how his hometown, Toba Takes In, could suddenly be part of another country. His refusal to leave the no man's land between India and Pakistan shows how absurd it is to separate people and places that once lived peacefully together just because of new political lines. So, like this, you can give your answer. Now, let's look at the next question. The question is, explain the relationship between Patik and his mother in the story The Homecoming. In Rabindranath Tagore's short story, The Homecoming, the relationship between Patik and his mother is distant, strained, and filled with misunderstanding. Patik is a lively, mischievous boy who often gets into trouble, and his mother sees him as a burden rather than a child in need of love and guidance. She scolds him harshly, compares him unfavorably to his younger brother, and shows little affection or patience for his behavior. This lack of warmth creates a deep emotional gap between them. When Patik is sent away to live with his uncle in the city, he hopes for better life, but instead he feels even more unwanted and out of place. Despite everything, when he falls ill and wishes to return home, it shows his deep, unspoken desire for love and acceptance from his mother. Tragically, by the time his mother arrives, it is too late. Her sudden grief at his illness reveals that she did care for him, but never showed it while he was alive. This makes their relationship especially painful, one marked by neglect, miscommunication, and final realization that comes too late. So, like this, you can give your answer. There is a question from the story Yellowfish. The question is, how does Ambai blend the personal life and universal themes in the story Yellowfish? You can just pause the video and take the screenshot of the answer. If you want the detailed explanation of the story Yellowfish, you can watch the video. I have made videos on all the chapters, so they are available in my YouTube channel. Please find the videos of all the chapters and watch for better understanding. Let's look at the other 5-mark questions given here. So here we have one more question. Describe Orwell's experience as a book reviewer. So this question is from the essay Confession of a Book Reviewer. In this essay, George Orwell talks about the struggles, the challenges, the frustrations faced by book reviewer. So you can just pause the video and take the screenshot of it. And we have a question from the story Self-Made Men. And the question is, explain the central theme of the story Self-Made Men. How does the narrative explore the concept of struggle and success? So the story Self-Made Men is about two successful self-made men, Jones and Robinson. In this story, they narrate about their struggles in the initial days, the difficulties that they faced, and how they were able to overcome all those challenges and become successful. You can just pause the video and take the screenshot. So like this, there will be 6 questions in second main. For 5 marks, you will have to choose any 4. So 4 into 5 marks, 20 marks. And in third main, you have 10 mark questions. So there will be 4 questions. You have to choose any 2. Let us look at the first question here. Elaborate the use of imagery and symbolism in the poem My Grandmother's House. So Grandmother's House is a poem written by Kamala Das. She talks about her childhood memories, and she talks about her grandma's house. She says that grandma's house was so special for her because she was being loved there, she was being cared there. So she talks about all that, and in her poem she uses some imagery and symbolism. So this question is about our use of symbolism and imagery. So you can just pause the video and take the screenshot of it. The second question, Refugees Blue. Refugees Blues is a poem written by W.H. Auden. This talks about the pathetic condition of the refugees, the people who lost their homes due to Hitler's rule in Germany. Many people became homeless, they lost their shelter, and in this poem we see the refugees singing of their pain, their misery, their pathetic condition. So you just pause the video and take the screenshot of the detailed answer. And now let us look at the section B. In section B we have questions on grammar. So the first main in section B is on communication skills. So there are some questions here. Let us look at those questions. The first question, what is kinesics? Kinesics refers to the study of body movement, gestures, postures, facial expressions, and eye contact. Second question, mention 4 voice qualities: pitch, volume, speed, and tone. Third question, list the examples of audio-visual communication: speech, cinema, video conference, PPT, podcast, etc. Fourth question, identify key elements of verbal communication. In verbal communication, we find words, language, grammar, clarity, and context, right? Next question, in what ways is eye contact essential in communication? Eye contact helps establish connection, convey emotions, build trust, regulate conversation flow, and it also helps to show attentiveness and respect. Next question, define communication. Communication is the process of exchanging information, ideas, thoughts, or feelings between individuals or groups through verbal or non-verbal or written methods. So like this you will have 6 or 7 questions of 1 marks from communication. You have to answer any 5 questions. Now let's move on to the next main. In this main, there will be some situations. Based on the given situations, we have to answer the questions. Let us look at the first situation. Introduce yourself to the librarian of your college. So how to introduce ourselves to the librarian? We can start with the greeting. Good morning, sir. Hello, sir. Namaste, sir. Like this, you can start. Here I have given a sample. Hello, sir. My name is Sandesh. I am studying second year BCOM in this college. Like this, you can introduce yourself. Look at the second situation. Inquire to apply for a migration certificate from your university. So, how to make an inquiry? I have given a sample here. Excuse me, sir. I want to apply for migration certificate. Could you please help me with the procedure? So, like this, you can make an inquiry. So, based on situations, we have to answer. Let us look at the next situation. Give a set of instructions on how to search the topic in Google search engine. We can give the instructions in bullet points. First open your web browser such as Google Chrome, Firefox or Safari. Then go to the Google website by typing www.google.com in the address bar and press enter. Then type your topic or keywords into the search bar. For example, if you are looking for information on climate change, just type those words. Then press enter. Browse the search result to find relevant articles, websites, or information related to your topic. You can also use the search tools to filter results by time, location, or type of content. So, like this, we are asked to give instructions, give a set of instructions. We have one more situation here. Enquire about the hotel booking for your college educational trip to Goa. So, how to make an inquiry in the given situation? We can make an inquiry like this. Excuse me, sir. We are planning to visit Goa on 25th May. Will you please book 10 rooms? Like this, you can make an inquiry. And the next question is on preparing news report. So there will be a question on report writing, news report writing for 5 marks. So here we have a question, we have a situation. The situation is write a news report about a recent annual sports meet organized at your college in 200 to 250 words with headline and dateline. Right? So you have to prepare a news report. I have given a sample news report here. ABC College in bold, February 15th, 2025, and the detailed report. We can start like this. The annual sports meet of ABC College took place on 1st January 2024 at the college grounds, bringing students and staff together for a day full of excitement and sportsmanship. The event began with the lighting of the lamp and an inspiring speech by the principal, Dr. Prabhu, who encouraged the students to take part in sports for their overall growth. The day featured various athletic events including track races, relay races, long jump, high jump, and shot put. A football match between the senior and junior teams also entertained the crowd, ending in an excited draw. One of the most thrilling moments of the day was the 100-meter race, where Suraj from the class 1st BCom broke the college record and took first place. The tug of war competition created a fun and lively atmosphere with students cheering for their teams. In the closing ceremony, the principal congratulated all participants for their efforts and awarded medals to the winners. The event was a huge success, promoting teamwork, fitness, and college spirit among the students. Suresh, ABC College, date February 15th. So, like this, you can give your report. And the next question is on dialogue writing. So, there are two types of dialogue writings. One is completing the conversation. So you will be given an incomplete conversation. You will have to complete the conversation by understanding the context, the situation, right? And the second type of question is, you will be given a situation, and based on the situation you will have to develop a dialogue between two persons. For example, develop a dialogue between Ramya and Radha about exam, or develop a dialogue between mother and daughter about educational tour. So like this the questions may be asked. So an incomplete dialogue will be given, you will be asked to complete it. That is one type of question. The other type of question is, you will be given a situation, and based on the situation you will have to develop the dialogue. And the next question is on job oriented skills. You will be asked to write an email, or you will be asked to write a letter. So you should be able to write the letter or an email. So here we are asked to write an email to apply for the post of an accountant. So how to write an email? So in your answer sheet you have to just draw an outline, just draw a box, and within that you have to mention all these. So first you have to mention from address in the sense an email id, an imaginary email id. Just provide one imaginary email id, then to address to whom we are writing the mail, and cc, that means carbon copy, blind carbon copy, bcc, then subject application for the post of accountant, then the body of mail. In the body of the mail you can mention like this: with reference to the above, I am writing to apply for the post of accountant in your company. I have completed my graduation in commerce with first class, and I have very good communication skills. I have also done a certificate course in computer applications. With over 3 years of experience as an accountant, I am confident that I can fulfill the tasks of an accountant. If given a chance, I shall be happy to serve at your esteemed organization. I have attached my resume with this mail. Kindly find it for your reference. Thank you. So like this you can write an email, or you can write a letter, right? And the last question is on speech writing. There are three types of speeches: welcome speech, vote of thanks, and farewell speech. And of all these three, you may be given one question. Here we have a question. The question is, as the student secretary, you are asked to deliver the vote of thanks for your college sports day event. We can start with the expressions like I am extremely proud to propose the vote of thanks. I am overwhelmed to present the vote of thanks. I feel proud and honored to present the vote of thanks. With immense affection and admiration, I thank. It is my pride and privilege to thank. Like this, we can use the expressions in our speech. So here, let us look at a sample. A warm and graceful morning to all. On behalf of all the students and staff, I am glad to be standing here to propose my vote of thanks on occasion of annual sports day. First and foremost, I would like to thank our chief guest, Mr. Renuka Prasad, the state hockey player, for accepting our invitation and being here with us today. So, your presence truly inspired us, sir. Thank you. I extend my sincere thanks to our principal, Professor Raghunatha, who provided all the support for us to make this event a grand success. Your thoughtful words have enlightened us, sir. Thank you, sir. Our teachers always put in a lot of effort and love to make each one of us a good student and a wonderful human being. Thank you, dear teachers. I thank all the teaching and non teaching staff for their support. Last but not the least, I thank all the students for their active participation in the annual sports day. Thank you. Like this, you can draft your vote of thanks speech. So, this is how your question paper will be for 80 marks. I hope this video will help you to have an idea of your second semester English question paper. Thank you.